This is major breaking news. The White House just made a major decision, and this is your warning to get yourself ready, get your family ready, get your homestead ready, get prepared right now. Tell your friends, tell your family to get ready. This is your warning sign. The White House making this announcement, right? I was telling you guys, it seems like they might do something big before 2024, and now they're making this major announcement that could bring us to the edge, right? So let's get into the details here really quick, guys. Just hit it up for me down there. It helps to get these warnings out, helps break through on YouTube, right? And let's dive into this. All right, so the White House just announced that they are going to be deploying nuclear weapons. Right? That's what they are warning of. They're saying that they need to deploy more strategic nuclear weapons to deal with Russia and China. That is what they're warning of right now, and this is serious. This comes on the back of Biden authorizing U.S. weapons to hit inside of Russia just a few days ago, right? So this is big. This is a major announcement. And we also have turmoil and unrest domestically inside the U.S. as well. There's major chaos going on right now outside the White House, all right? These people are taking over, all right? They're destroying monuments. They're waving foreign flags. It's nuts. This is happening today, Saturday, all right? There's a lot of big stuff going on. So let's dive into this here. All right, let's get into the big news first, and then we will get into these protesters here. And you need to be ready for the summer, guys, all right, because it has been 100 degrees. It was literally over 100 degrees today. And you need to have water. You need to have preps. This stuff's going to go by quick if you don't have water tanks and the power's off and the water's off and you don't have AC. A lot of people are going to be done. They're going to be done. They're not going to be able to handle it, right? It's crazy hot out right now. And they're getting ready for potentially a black swan event before 2024. You can see here, this announcement was just made by the White House. All right, it says Biden aid raises possible increased deployments of U.S. strategic nuclear weapons. This is insane, right? That they're announcing this. This is major news. This is a major escalation. And we do not want a major war, right? We do not want World War III, and it seems like we are getting very close to the situation. All right, this article just came out today, June 8th. Top national security advisors at the White House are saying that the U.S. is going to be deploying more strategic nuclear weapons around the world right now to deal with China and Russia. That's what they're saying. So you need to be prepared. You need to be taking this seriously. You need to be telling your family, even if you've warned them 100 times, tell them one more time, hey, you need to at least have some food stored away. You need to have some cash. All right, you need to be ready. You need to be able to protect yourself if there's chaos hitting domestically, and there already is right now. There's chaos going on right now. We will get to some of that in just a second, but you can see here, this is an article out of Reuters. They're talking about the nuclear football and how they're going to deploy strategic nuclear weapons throughout the world. You can see here it says the United States may have to deploy more strategic nuclear weapons in coming years to deter growing threats from Russia, China, and other adversaries, a senior White House aide said on Friday. It says Pranay Vadi, the top National Security Council arms control official, made his comments in a speech on a, quote, more competitive approach to arms control that outlined a policy shift aimed at pressing Moscow in Beijing to reverse rejections of U.S. calls of arsenal limitation talks. All right, so Russia has a treaty with the U.S., but they have essentially pulled out of it, and it actually expires next year in 2025 officially, and they're saying they are not going to renew it, right? And China actually has no international treaties with any other country, nuclear arms treaties. They don't have any of them, and nobody actually really even knows how many nukes China has, and they actually have underground tunnels where they develop their weapons and where they store them as well. So they're also hidden from satellite imagery as well, all their production. So we don't really know exactly the full capabilities of China, but it is speculated that they have thousands and thousands of warheads and strategic nukes as well, right? And they are not bound by any treaties. So the U.S. is saying that if Moscow and Beijing are not going to cooperate with these treaties, then we're just going to deploy even more nukes around the world. So they might really do this before 2024, before the end of the year. Who knows? And even going into the future, we could see this. All right, it seems like they are getting ready for this event. All right, and if something like this happens, the psychology of people, a lot of people are going to freak out. Right? They're not going to be ready for this. They haven't really been following what's going on. And they're just going to hear on the news that a nuke's been used, right? Strategic nuke's been used, or America has to use one, or another country's used one. Okay? And then that's going to cause people to freak out, right? So don't freak out. Just be preemptive and be prepared. Be aware of what's going on. Don't be scared. Be prepared and be aware of what's happening so it doesn't catch you by surprise, right? So you're ready. That's why we're going so hard here on our preps, all right? We're working on getting solar soon for our RV, and that we can use for our home as well, a system that we can use on either, all right? That's what we're working on right now. That's our next goal for getting more prepared. We have satellite internet. We have generators. We have food storage. We have our animals. We have our garden, all right, our homestead. This is what you need to be working on right now, because people are going to panic buy, all right? And supply chains could become severed overnight, all right? Especially with China, we are heavily dependent on Chinese supply chains, and that entire market could go offline overnight if a situation like this happens as well. All right, get yourself prepared now. Get yourself ready now. This is what's also happening domestically too. These are some of the scenes that are happening right now. Okay, the White House is surrounded. Monuments are being destroyed and taken over. Okay, you can see here. Here's the White House today. This is happening tonight. The White House is surrounded by people waving foreign flags, okay, and dropping smoke bombs. Okay, if this was any other group, they would shut it down, but they're allowing this to happen. There's police all over the place, and they're not stopping any of it. They're vandalizing these monuments, okay, and spray painting things like death to America, all this crazy stuff, burning American flags. All right, this does not help your cause at all. All right, I don't know who's organizing this, where this is coming from, but it seems like they're just playing the chaos angle from every single angle that they have. All right, they're sowing chaos and trying to get people agitated and worked up. All right, this is happening at the White House today, and they're not stopping it. All right, so this is part of the plan somehow. I'm not sure how this fits into the plan fully, but they're allowing it to happen for some reason, burning flags. And look at this, all right? Warning, this is not real. This is a mask, and this is insane. This is insane that this is being allowed to happen to any president. This should not be happening to any president, no matter how you feel about it. This guy's holding a mask with red paint of Biden during this thing, and this is insane. This shouldn't be allowed to happen in the United States for any president. All right, this is just disrespectful and un-American. All right, this should not be happening, but this is what's going on at the White House right now. All right, and you guys know that I don't agree with a lot of the stuff that's going on in the White House, but I don't agree with this either. You shouldn't be doing this to an American president. This should not be allowed in the U.S. Capitol. All right, this is insane. And they're also attacking even the park police, and the police they're throwing bottles at them. They're calling them names, throwing all this stuff. Look at all the spray paint behind them, right? All this stuff. They're just vandalizing our national monuments, and it's all allowed to happen. For some reason, nobody's stopping it. Nobody's shutting it down. And these protests are funded. They're organized. Somebody's paying for these people to come here. How are all these people showing up here and causing all this chaos at once? And a lot of people, they don't even seem like they're Americans, right? They seem like they're potentially from a foreign country that are coming here and agitating and starting this chaos, okay? And they're being allowed to enter our country. Country's wide open, and then they can just fly to whatever city they want. Taxpayer funded. We will pay for it. And then they can potentially go on to agitate and start things like this. Imagine if this was any other group outside the White House dropping these smoke bombs, okay? And all this stuff and waving foreign flags. Just imagine. The reaction would be a lot different. They would shut it down quick. They would not just allow this chaos to happen. So for some reason, they want this narrative out here, right? And I think a major part of it is to cause chaos and division over the stuff going on in the Middle East, okay? Because, all right, these things are important. But at the same time, we need to be talking about America and America first. We need to pull out of these wars. All right, I'm anti-war too. I don't want this war going on. I don't want to be funding this war in over here in the Middle East and Israel. I don't want to be funding this war in Ukraine. I don't want to be funding any of these wars. I don't want to go to war with Iran. I want to strengthen the U.S. domestically, strengthen our military, and make us so powerful domestically, our economy, everything, our society, our civilization, our civilians, everyone is so strong, smart, capable that nobody can even compete with us anyways. All right, that's how we win, not by having these endless wars that make these weapon contractors money. That's what it's all about. They have stocks. Even members of Congress, they all have stocks and all these weapons companies, weapon contractors, and they know, all right, they are about to approve, this certain type of weapon is about to be approved overseas, and they're about to send 10,000 of them, right? And they know preemptively, all right, this is in the bill, it's going to pass in a week or two. They buy the stock, the bill passes, it says, oh, the U.S. government's buying 10,000, and it's going to cost $10 billion, right? And then the stock skyrockets, and they make money off it. Members of Congress do this. It's a giant money-making machine at this point, right? The war. So I'm anti-war too. I don't want this either. But this is causing chaos and causing division in our country as well over something that's, 10,000 miles on the other side of the world. Shouldn't be causing this much chaos domestically. All right, people shutting down airports, shutting down bridges, all this stuff's happening, and the situation is being taken advantage of and exploited and co-opted by these foreign groups, these foreign agitators, and people even coming from foreign countries doing this stuff, right? So make sure you guys are getting prepared. make sure you're getting ready. Make sure you're getting out of these major cities. This is where this stuff's happening, right? Thankfully, it's not happening in your small town, right? Your small town that has 5,000 people, right? They're not doing these protests, thankfully, yet, right? Maybe one day they'll start moving out there, but thankfully this hasn't happened yet. So get out of these major cities, find a small rural town where there's a feed store, local feed store 10 minutes away, right? And you can go there, get local feed for your animals, for your chickens. You can grow food. Nobody's worried about it. Your neighbors have horses, your neighbors have cows, your neighbors have more stuff than you do, right? That's where you want to be moving to, and that's where you're going to be safe as well. That's where you're going to be insulated from a lot of this chaos. And it seems like they're ramping this stuff up for summer. It seems like it's the summer. It was like 2020, okay? We saw a lot of chaos going on. It seems like we're seeing that again. Similar vibe, similar movement that's happening now. All right, so thank you guys. I hope you guys are staying safe, staying prepared, and getting ready. Now is go time. All right, there's not a single day to waste right now when they're announcing that they're going to be deploying more strategic nuclear weapons. Right? That's a major warning sign that we are getting close to something. So thank you guys. Please hit it up for me down there. It helps to get these warnings out. I hope you have big blessings for your life, your family, and I hope you have a big old blessed day.